Richard Noon book.
Oh, okay. You want that book?
Yeah, the one I showed you today, the thing. I'm going to put it on the film.
All right.
Because, on the film. So my point is all this particular stuff, they study all this particular stuff, you see. But his name is Calabus. It's Calabus. But when you go to the Greek mythology, you study Calabus the Calabus is his. That's a fictional thing, because Dean Allen Foster, he's writing this mythology, but he's changing it up for his own story. When you go and find it in the Greek mythology, if you got the Sirius mystery, or if you got any Greek mythology, you'll find the word is Cerberus or Carabus, which is Anubis. So the guy that they curse is named Calabus in the movie. If you go in and look at and study, it's actually Cerberus, which is the hound of hell in the underworld, which is Anubis.
And Anubis represents, jackal represents death.
That's right.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Now, in this book, 5/5/2000, Ice the Ultimate Disaster. If you look real close, can you zoom in on it?
Yeah, I got it.
This lodge right here is built like a replica of the Egyptian temple. This lodge is downtown Philadelphia.
I've seen it.
You see.
Right across from City Hall.
The Egyptian room, the Masonic temple in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You see what I'm saying? So it's some serious stuff going on.
Egyptian room?
Yeah.
Let me see that again.
Yeah. Now it's interesting. Now this is the same book, Richard Noon's book, that says that they were supposed to recolonize Africa again. In this book, on one of the pages, I got to go and find the page number. On one of the pages, this guy's a high Mason. He says, bearing witness to Noble Drew Ali and the rest of them, he says that in the 1700s or the 1800s, they found a stela, which was a stone slab, with the hymn to Akhenaten on it in Oklahoma. Long before they found Akhenaten's tomb. They found this stela in Oklahoma. It's in the book, but he's a Mason. Richard Noon, Ultimate Disaster. Also, in the book, right after he talks about them finding Akhenaten's stone, his stela in Oklahoma, he talks about a certain group of Indians, or Native Americans, or he just say native. He don't even say Indian. He says some Wachita. It's not the Wachita, but it's a name similar to the Wachita.
Who were the Moors?
Well, the Moors, but it was another name. It's an offshoot name, but all that shit is Wachita. It's the same close link. He says in this book that there's a group of Indians that they found in Maine and on the East Coast that read and wrote in Egyptian hieroglyphics. Now it was interesting because they found this Akhenaten stela in Oklahoma, right? Come to find out that the woman, the Empress Bernice of the Wachita Nation, that supposed to got all her stuff back, said that half the damn records in the documents, a lot of the records in the damn documents of the ancient Moorish thing, a lot of the documents was in the damn building in Oklahoma that they blew up.
Yeah. And in the museum and in the Masonic Museum in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
The case of Phil of the actual,
Yeah.
portraying the dynamics of the exchange of...
Yeah, it's about Alexandria, Maryland.
Right,
yeah.
right.
When they blew up the building, they just so happened to choose a building with all the records of the Washita thing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So all this stuff here coincides. All this stuff here coincides. Go get the movie. Go get listen to the song Michael Jackson's Thriller with Vincent Price. And listen to the words in it. It's got dropping a lot of metaphysical stuff. Michael Jackson's Thriller. Then you'll find out to go get the movie The Haunted Palace. Vincent Price. The Haunted Palace, 1963. And you're going to find a lot of stuff in there based on the Necronomicon and bringing back Cthulhu. In the movie The Haunted, the movie Haunted Palace. Now, go get the movie Alien Resurrection. The movie Alien Resurrection. Because in that movie Alien Resurrection, that's the last alien. In the alchemical text, they say that the melanin is called the most precious acid. But in the movie, the alien has acid for blood. Anybody saw the movie Alien? Has acid for blood. But in Alien Resurrection, when they bring back Ripley Scott, her blood, she got the regular skin, but her blood is acid, which represents melanin. You see, it's all in the movie. Now, I'm going to show you, I want you to go do another thing too. I want you to go, hold on, let me hold it, that thing. I want you to go, and I want you to go back, and I want you to get, just go in the thing, if you don't want to buy it, go and look at the back of the box of the movie, go look at the back of the box of the movie Predator and Predator 2. Predator 2, if you listen real close to what they're saying, it's on the back of the box. On the back of the box. If you listen real close to what they're saying, they will say that there's an urban war going on, but they say this predator comes, but when this particular predator comes, they call him a savage alien. Look at the play on words. First of all, they ain't called but one people savages. Yeah. Black people. Now how could a person that's got the technology to get to where you are and you ain't got the technology to get to where they are, why would you call them a savage alien? And as you know, he got the spears and the boomerang.
And the locks.
And the dreadlocks. You know about the dreadlocks. That's common now. But on the second one, look at the brothers that when they come back, when Danny Glover's fighting him and he hurt him, and they come back. Look at those particular brothers and look at them real good. First of all, you will see that they're all different. But you will see that there are different types of Africans from around Africa. Different tribes. That's what you're going to find out. Now, go and get Alien 1. Because in Alien 1, constantly, they got African drums beating throughout the whole movie. See, I mean, not Alien 1, Predator 1. I keep saying Alien. Predator 1. Predator 2, I just told you that. You go study when all of the Predators come back. Study when all the Predators come back. But then, study, go get Predator 1. Go get Predator 1. And what you're going to find out, in the doggone movie is there's African drums being beat. Y'all want to take a break?
No, go on.
I'm totally damn losing all train of thought with motherfuckers walking on. You know, and people eating and shit. Now, look, in the movie, Predator 1, when you go get the movie, there's African drums being beat throughout the whole movie. Now, when you look, you're going to find out one thing. In Predator 1, they got a Native American, they got 2 black men, and they got a
got an Indian in there too.
Native American, 2 black people, and this South American woman. Now, when the movie first comes down, he comes by and he looks at the black man, looks at him. The guy said, he looked at me, but he don't kill the black man at first. He kills all the white people immediately. In the movie, this is the first one. The Native American know what's going on, but he don't kill the Native American. This white, he comes down with the South American girl, scoops the white boy up from in front of her, kills him, but don't kill her. Okay? Then, he done killed all these damn white people. The first cracker he killed is Jesse the Body Ventura, the damn governor. But see, I've been studying this thing, but I look real close. He ain't killing nothing indigenous. The Native American ain't dead yet. The girl gets on the thing. She gets saved totally. And they were almost out of the bitch. They was getting ready to go to the chopper, and both Bill Duke and your boy Carl Weathers, they go decide to go hunt this shit. Because they black, guess what? Nobody has seen it. The Native American girl said the trees came alive and took them. Because they got melanies in the movie, but you got to study that shit. They look and Carl and Bill Duke say, look at him, that's him, he in the tree. And Carl Weathers said, I can't say, look. Carl Weathers said, I can't see him. He said, look. And Carl Weathers said, oh, I see him now. That means that they got melanin. I'm looking at this shit here. Nobody can see it. The Indian, the Native American, he sent some shit going on there. He turned around and said, we all gonna die. The doggone girl, she could see the shit. She said the trees came alive. And she even told him about some shit, how the shit was going down when she was a little girl, the shit happened. They can't see it. None of the white people see it. They dying left or right. The black man go and find it. He said, there he go right up in the tree because he got the melanin. I'm looking at this shit. I'm studying it. Carl Weathers at first, you know, he said, I can't see him. He said, look. He said, look right there. He said, oh, I see it. Meanwhile, the damn predator looking at both of them ain't trying to kill their ass. You see, this predator, as soon as he see the white people, he kill them up. The predator looking at both of these motherfuckers, not trying to kill them. He only killed their ass when they did the Uncle Tom bitch to try to kill him.
All right.
As soon as they bowled up and tried to come at him, that's when he said, oh, y'all some punk ass niggas, and he took them out too. Like y'all just like the cracker. I looked at this shit and I looked at the psychology. Why is it that, and he came to Bill Duke twice, and he came to Bill Duke, turned around and looked at Bill Duke. Bill Duke shot at his ass, but he didn't try to kill him at first. Then he came again and looked at these 2 niggas, and the 2 niggas still didn't get it and went after him.
Yep. And he died.
And both of them got killed. Yep. Then he said, well, maybe the only sellout I got is you know, niggas, they're real dumb. So he said, well, maybe the Native American and the South American girl, maybe they got some sense, because they ain't all the way broke from their shit. So the South American girl get her ass on the helicopter. The Native American turned around. He about to get on the helicopter. This bitch turns around, because he got fucked up in the head, turned around and sacrificed his damn self. You see what I'm saying? To save fucking damn Arnold Schwarzenegger. And how Arnold Schwarzenegger had to kill him at first, he had to put on the black mud and become melanated in so many words to kill him. And I'm looking at this stuff here, but because you know, I saw the movie 2 or 3 times. But this time I was studying, I said, look at this shit here. These damn niggas, he was not trying to kill him. But Bill Duke saw the mug. It was all in the doggone movie. It was all in the movie.
Didn't he give Danny Glover?
Now Danny Glover,
He looked at Glover?
he looked at, you know, well, Danny Glover beat the other. Danny Glover was a nigga, he beat the motherfucker toe to toe. He really hurt the guy. So when the other ones came, they're like, you black.
Yeah.
Gave him the gun.
Yeah.
And got the hell on, but you got to study when they come off the ship. If you study them, it represented different types. They had one was shorter than the other one. One was taller. One was this. Talking about the different types of tribes of Africans. Yeah, I looked at them real close, and if you just study them, I would rewind that shit. But you got to get the videos, and you got to study them. You see. And then at the end, Danny Glover turned around and looked. He come out the ship, and he turned around and he looked at the guy. He said, damn, we lost him. He said, don't worry. You'll get your chance. And shit went on. It's very key that you understand that, because they've been doing this stuff for the longest. It's very key that you understand what is actually going on at this time. Now look at this.
What's the name of that?
The Predator, Predator 1, Predator 2. The Predator 1 and Predator 2. Now, in that book, the book, the Titan book, which we are the Titans, when it goes first from the classical script. Well, the first 4 pages are dealing with the round table, which we are the families of the round table. We'll get in that in a few minutes. The second part is the classical script. The third part, that particular part, you're going to see some names up in there. And one of the names you're going to see up in there is Asura, which means fallen angel, which Asura is the same as Osar. Because Osar in other texts is Asura, which means fallen angel. That's why Denzel played the fallen angel. That's Osiris. We are the fallen ones. You down here, ain't you? It's simple. Another word for Asura becomes Ahura in
Star Trek.
No, I'm gonna get to that. In Ahura Mazda. In Persia. Then they took the Ahura Mazda, took the Mazda off, and named the black woman in Star Trek Lieutenant or whatever Ahura, which means Osiris. The word Ahura, Asura means Osiris. The word in the Quran, Surah, means Osiris. The word itself, Surah, means Osiris. The Greek word Sarah means sister. You heard about talking about my Sarahs. That means Osiris. But it's interesting, the word Ahura in the Star Trek, it's interesting that they named the woman Osiris.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? They named the woman Osiris. Now, go get the movie. We're going to break down a lot of this stuff. This is very key. Go get the movie, and it's interesting about the brown bottle. Anybody heard about the brown bottle ritual? Well, I want to put this on tape because I went to Milwaukee and went to Milwaukee and met this young brother in his early 20s, and he said, yeah, you know, I did. He said, I had an old cracker ass racist boss who's always messing with me, and I did your brown bottle ritual, you said. And he said the next day that motherfucker had a heart attack and died. So that's just some confirmation there. Had a heart attack and died. Now, let's see, I want to go get the movie Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
They say Beetlejuice, that's the name of the movie, but his name is not Beetlejuice in the movie, his name is Betelgeuse. And every time the dead people start to step out the house, they run into the sandworm.
Yep.
The same damn sandworm that's in Doom.
Yup. Sure is.
Sure, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure is.
Same sandworm that's in Doom. You see, showing you the similarities of the way of what's actually going on. You see, the ancient word, and I'm trying to find out where did I get it from. But you know, one of the ancient words for melanin in the ancient text is virus. Is virus. Now go back and get the movie Virus. Osiris, virus. This is the Greek word. It's the same thing, virus. Go back and get the movie 12 Monkeys again. You thinking it was AIDS. The virus was the unleashing of melanin in the universe that killed off all the damn living people. You see what I'm saying? That was the aftermath after this shit got all fucked up. See what I'm saying? Then you got to go and get LeVar Burton. Got a book called The Aftermath. Dropping all the shit up in it. LeVar Burton, he got a book called The Aftermath. And it's dropping all the stuff up in the shit. About black people and all kinds of stuff. But he talks about the virus. You see what I'm saying? But then you go get the movie Shadow Builder. And you will see this particular black smoke that this guy literally is traveling around with. But what happens in the movie, they have to go do an ancient ritual to unleash this guy's shadow, which is melanin in the movie. It's all in the movie. And he's traveling around with this particular thing in the movie Shadow Builder. That's the same as the whole virus thing. You see what I'm saying? This thing is all the connection and stuff that's going down. Then you got to understand, in Eddie Murphy's movie, Vampire in Brooklyn, which I told you, him and Angela Bassett was the Christ in the movie because he was the last one. He said, I'm the last of my kind. He said, because I come from Egypt and I went to the Caribbean, which means the slave trade, and they killed me off, my kind off. And I'm the last of my kind, and I'm come over here to look for my queen, Angela Bassett, working for the cops. Don't know who the hell she is. But he said they kept calling him Nosferatu. Nosferatu means plague carrier. But like I told you last night, that's talking about melanin. Anybody infected with the sperm of the Dracula, which is the Draconians, one drop of black blood and you black. See, they turn it all around and they got it steeped in mythology, and you thinking of the vampire biting the blood and they need all of that type of shit. And the shit ain't nothing but the story of melanin. Even when he got in the damn preacher, he said evil is good. You see. And even when they tried to even kill him, the guy told him what? He said, you got to kill him with this, and it was an arc knife. It was an arc knife. It's a lot of stuff, a lot of symbology going on in the movie. And then his casket was a sarcophagus. But even when you go and see the movie Blade, look at the damn casket that his mother, Blade mother, got up out of. It was a sarcophagus. You see what I'm saying? It was a sarcophagus. You see, these are the things. Let's go on. You want to take a break, or what you want to do? It's up to you.
How much time you got on that?
I just put it in.
Oh, just put it in. Well, let's roll. Go get the movie. We're going to deal with some movies. We got a lot of stuff right now, but I just want to just get through this list because we got some other stuff. But this is, see, the reason why I see what happened was right in somewhere in October, I went and bought up all the movies because the Spirit was saying this is going to be the new, for the remainder, because a lot of the books you get, they say for the remainder, some of the new stuff, some of the new form of mythology, new form of education going to be deciphering this shit.
Yeah.
We've been doing it all along, but I'm coming close to it, so I went and got a lot of this stuff because the Spirit kept driving me. So I need to get to, go and get Body Snatchers 1978, and look how many people in it. It's virtually all white. Go back and get the 1993 version, and I'll be damned you're going to find out that there's hardly no time that the movie is going where they don't have black people all through the shit. And they talking about cloning. But they got black people all through the movie. But it's interesting. There's two things. Number one, they talk about cloning. That's the first thing. Go get the movie The Thing, 1982. That's all about cloning. All these people work together. The people, the people that worked on this, John Carpenter's The Thing is the same guy that gave you They Live. Now there's two things in the Invasion of the Body Snatcher. One is talking about cloning. We know that. The other thing is the guy on the movie on the cable show, that come and show all the old movies, American Movie Classic, said it's interesting when the first Invasion of the Body Snatcher that came out in 1956, he said half of America that saw the movies was scared to go to sleep. Which also, too, they pumped this movie again, it didn't work, they put it back out again, made 3 movies of this thing in 1993, trying to get people not to go to sleep. But, go get the movie, not Puppet Masters, The Puppet Master. No, not The Puppet Master. Get the movie Puppet Masters with Donald Sutherland, 1993. Not The Puppet Master. Get the movie Puppet Masters with Donald Sutherland. And look at the reptilian so-called alien. And what does it do? The alien get on you, it gets to the back of the spine, and it attaches itself through the cerebral cortex and the back of the spine, which represents the kundalini energy and the base of the spine, and it controls you. But when it controls you, you have one type of consciousness. Now in that book, The Titan, I don't know if it's mentioned in the first couple of pages on how when we were in Atlantis, we had one type of consciousness. Now, in the movie Star Trek First Contact, they're battling the Borg in the movie. And in the movie, the Borg woman comes down and says, we used to be like you humans, talking about these whites. But now we have evolved and we have one type of consciousness, which means we are all tapped into one type of consciousness. That's how Atlantis and Lemuria and these places was. They were individuals, but they had one central, they call it the collective higher consciousness. If you go see the movie The Puppet Master, when they took over, all of them had the collective higher conscious. It's the Puppet Masters, because they got one called Puppet Master 1 through 4. That's some old puppet shit. But there's the Puppet Masters with Donald Sutherland. They all have one type of consciousness. Now, the cracker on the internet is talking about the Draconians, Dan Winner, in the Orion Bardo thing. Yeah. He says we have identified this shit and we call them the Borg. Okay. So he's calling the Draconians, which is us, they calling them the Borg. Okay. Now, you got to go and get the movie. If it's still in the theaters, you got to go see it. If you got bootleg, go get it. The movie Star Trek Insurrection. How many people saw this movie, Star Trek? And you saw this movie, Star Trek Insurrection? It came out right before Christmas. The movie is about these group of people that used to rule the universe, but they found a secret to regeneration, which was melanin. They moved to this planet, and the rings around this planet keep them young. They had a woman up in there that looked like she was in her late 30s, but she was 300 years old. Meanwhile, there's another group of people who want to learn the secrets of regeneration, and they have convinced the Federation and Star Trek people to spy on the people who got the so-called melanin. You understand the run ring of consciousness and the different rings? And it's interesting because this is what happened in the movie. And it's highly metaphysical. In the Egyptian text, Horus gets his eye torn out. Who is the Christ? By Seth. He's rewarded after after the great battle by Tahuti, Tahuti gives him back his eye. Now Tahuti is the study in the mysteries of alchemy, which is the mysteries of melanin. It's metaphysical. The melanin gives him back his sight. Horus or Heru in the Osirian drama, or in the battle of Horus and Set, you see, he gets his sight back. Tahuti awards him, because Tahuti is the staff of the Kundalini, the double helical structure, the DNA, the Kundalini, the black dot, gives him back his sight. You got that? He gets one eye torn out, but the other one is talking about the second eye. There's a book, Quantum Psychology, Robert Anton Wilson, where they say some people have two heads, some got one. We have two heads because we have the doppelganger, our double, diabos, dual self, the devil. He gets his eye back. That's the Horus myth. Now, as you know, on Star Trek, The Next Generation, which is the one who's doing the movies now, LeVar Burton is blind. He first had these glasses, then they put him in some contacts on the movies. He was in the movie with blue contacts, and he could see with them. But he was a dead nigga. He goes to the planet of regeneration, which is the Saturn rings, and just got all these people that found the mystery to melanin. And he goes there, and the rings fix his cornea, and he can see again. That's the Horus thing. It's in the movie. Meanwhile, this other group of aliens is trying to find the secret to the regeneration of the secrets to melanin. They got the Star Trek people to spy on them in the Federation to try to get it. Come to find out, these other aliens is the children to the older ones that found out the secret, but they broke away from them, and now they have this thing, this machine to give them these facelifts, but the cycle is gone and they can't get as many facelifts because their skin is deteriorating because they have one too many facelifts. But come to find out, their parents are the ones that they found the secret. Now, if you know the mamas in South America, as well as the people in India, they call a white boy who has this skin disease, they call him little brother in India, or in South America, or they call him the children. They call them little brother or our children. So in this movie, they was talking about these other groups that was trying to get the secret. Come to find out, they were the damn children to the older race of people that represents them white people. Because, you know, in something they call them our children, but they was getting these skin grafts. So all the shit is in the actual movie. The last one, Star Trek Insurrection.
So still, simply put, all these movies is really about the dynamics of melanin, and all the S is nothing but dialogue.
Exactly.
That's this theme, is the search for the...
Exactly. Now, Godzilla and the X-Files, they talked about Godzilla was trying to replace, one species trying to replace another. Well, our inside, our inner species is trying to replace the physical, get rid of it. It was so that's what happened in Star Trek. It happened in, I'm talking about X-Files. It also happened in Godzilla. Now, in the movie Lost in Space, they went on this particular ship. When they went on this ship, there was these little black bugs. There go that bug again. These little black bugs, and they had to get away. But the little black bug bit the villain in the movie. And he transformed and became black. He was real black when they got him at the end. You looking at how hideous, he was real black. And he said, at first I was scared or whatever, but now I found out the beauty of my transformation, how great I really am or whatever. And he represented the transformation of Osiris in the black, bitten by the bug. It's all in the act, it's all in the movie. You see what I'm saying? It's all in the movie. Now it's interesting because in the movie Fifth Element, they shot the nuclear power because, first of all, the movie Fifth Element, we talked about it last night, we'll get back in it some more tonight, where we talked about that particular black hole out in space that everything is into. You will see the black hole in the movie Fifth Element. The same black hole that's out in space is in the movie The Fifth Element. They say every 500 years evil comes. But if you study, there's the Phoenix, which is the Christ cycle. The Phoenix has a constellation of Sirius, and the constellation of Phoenix comes every 500 years. So what the hell is the Christ energy? 500-year cycle, evil comes. But they show this evil, and it's this big black ball. That big black ball in there represented the black hole that's out in space. So what they do, they shot the nuclear power into the big black ball, and the damn big black ball got stronger. Now in the movie Mars Attack, because everything is based on the bug. They're killing the bug in all the movies, but in the Book of Law they say the bug is the most sacred to me. Basically, it's the scarab. Now on the movie, and somebody really need to study the roaches, because there's some shit about them. Them Browner brothers. In the movie, Mars Attack, the shit comes down, a spaceship, and the shit immediately when it lands, it turns into a bug. It's got bug legs. There it is, the bug again. Yeah, that's one of the baddest movies came out.
Yeah, Mars Attack.
Then, just like in the movie, see, they also showing you that when this shit hits, ain't nothing you can do. Also in the movie, just like Fifth Element, when they shot those things into it, they shot the nuclear thing into it. And when they shot the nuclear thing into it, right after they did that, it got stronger. In Mars Attack, they shot the nuclear device. As soon as they shot the nuclear device, they sent this little old rubber balloon out there, and it got the energy from it and took it back to the ship, and they sucking that shit up like that, and all that laughing. Now, it's interesting, but in the book Mind Control in America, which we discussed last night, it talked about mind control in the United States by Stephen Jacobson. They talked about how they take this music, and if they can change the music to some bullshit, it affects the pineal gland and pituitary gland and shuts down the melanin. So, what happened on Mars Attack? They put that damn Slim Whitman on and fucked the damn Martians up through the damn music. That was that old hillbilly bullshit.
Right.
There wasn't a melanated type of music.
Right.
You see? That old Slim Whitman shit and exploded their brains. And that's what's happening with the rap now. With these children and shit. They got it right in the movie. They telling you that we can kill a motherfucker through the damn music. It's right in the damn movie.
That's right.
But in the book, he talks about this. Based on that's how they can shut down the doggone pineal and pituitary gland. And they did it in the doggone whatchamacallit. And we thought that shit was funny. That shit was true on the way they're doing it. And they were sending a signal that all this new music, the new shit that's not classical music, classical black music or classical, because rock and roll ain't up but classical fucking blues. All this new shit, because they done cut out the rock and roll from the 70s. That shit was Aleister Crowley and Led Zeppelin, and them motherfuckers was Crowley and them boys. They done cut out all that shit. You see? So, and what we was talking about, all that shit shuts down the whole pineal gland. You see? But it's in the actual movie. The movie Event Horizon, which the Event Horizon is the real scientific term of the black hole.
I've seen that movie.
Yeah, of the black hole. The Event Horizon
Going home.
is the same as Horus on the horizon.
That's right, going home.
You got Horus on the horizon, which is the Christ rising. Event Horizon is the same thing. You see what I'm saying? Is the same thing. But it's interesting. In the movie, he talks about what's on the other side of the hole. He said evil. How the hell evil on the other side of the damn gateway of the universe, other side of the universe?
No, it's not.
He said evil. So they use your boy. Now this is interesting. In Stargate, see all this shit, part 1, here come part 2. That's how they do these movies. Now in Stargate, when they finally got the Stargate to work, what did the shit turn into? It turned into fucking H2O. Right? Water.
Water, right.
In the movie Event Horizon, first of all, you see the chaos symbol.
Right.
You know, that's the sun with the spikes around it for the people who don't know. You see the chaos symbol. But you also see for the first time, you saw water in the other one. In this one, you see a black liquid.
Yep.
You see a black liquid. See what I'm saying? You see a black liquid. That's because the ultimate water mixed with chaos, which is melanin, gives you the opening. So they're telling you that the key to this whole shit is water. It's in the actual movie. But they had to use the whole black man to try to shut the shit down. But he didn't. You got to go back and study the damn movie again. First of all, the Event Horizon, if you looked at it, was an ankh.
Yeah, sure was.
How many people saw the movie? If you looked and saw it, when they showed it all from it one time, it was an ankh, the whole station.
That's right.
Now, when they blew the shit, first of all, the guy cut off his fucking eyes. He said, we won't be needing no eyes where we going.
Right. Nope.
But you got to go back and look at it.
You want me? Did he fuck up his mouth too?
Yeah, all of that. Cut himself all up. But they killed the crack in the movie, but the shit brought him back. He said, that shit brought me back. Because the chaos sphere there is no death.
That's right. Yeah.
Now, it's interesting in the movie, this is what happened. You know, the white boy went through the thing and couldn't take the black, couldn't take the black, couldn't take the melanin. Went crazy. Denzel gonna blow up the shit and sacrifice it for damn humanity. Okay?
Barry.
That was Fishburne.
Yeah, Larry Fishburne, yeah. To sacrifice it for humanity. Now it's interesting. They blow up the shit. They blow up the shit. And when they blow it up, you gotta look real close. It opens up the artificial gateway. One piece blow off and the people go back to Earth. The other part of the ship go through the damn gateway. So they didn't destroy it. The mission was accomplished. Denzel blew up the part in between the two. The other part went into the other ship.
Blew up the opening.
He blew up, yeah, he blew up the
way.
The wing, yeah.
Way.
The way, but the shit opened up and the other part dissolved. So Larry Fishburne made it through. It's very key. You got to go and study this thing. You got to go and study this particular thing that's actually going down. So now, I want to show you this particular part here, because you've seen these particular things, but I want to show you this. This is amazing. You've seen this. You've seen this. Some of you seen this in the occult literature, but I want to show you this. An upside down star. You've seen this. The upside down star makes the sign of the Baphomet. You've seen that. The sign of the Baphomet is also the ram's head. What's the ram?
Capricorn.
Capricorn.
Well,
It's also
Aries. Too.
Aries,
Yeah.
but it's also Capricorn because it's the Baphomet goat has the same. This is the Baphomet goat. You've seen these symbols. You look at both of these doggone symbols, the next symbol you see is this. Which makes our people the masters, or even just observing life. The other two symbols, these two symbols, that you see here, which gives you the different things, the Baphomet, the pentagram, what's that? Which one is down? The hexagram? Or the pentagram?
Pentagram.
The pentagram, all of that you see, and in the Aries, and also the Capricorn goat.
And it's symbolic for the male energy. It's going down. The tip is going down.
What is that? No, look at that.
That's the uterus.
That's it. The uterus.
The uterus and the fallopian tube.
Right.
All the same damn shit.
That's right. That's what it is.
That's what it is. It's all the same thing. You see. Which is the ultimate devil.
Female reproductive.
Which is the ultimate devil, because long before there was a spiritual devil that turned it around, the white boy turned our spiritual thing into the devil, but the ancient black man, the dynastic Hemmitt, the first thing that was labeled Satan was the Great Mother.
Isn't that the 5-pointed star with the circle in the middle?
Yeah. Yeah. You see. With the whole red thing. You see, it's all up in there. Now,
Heaven is between the legs.
that's right. So that's what that particular thing is also dealing with. Now, let's see here. Now, I want to get a couple other things here. In the movie, when you go back and get the movie, when you go and get the movie, The Phantoms, they're going to have the same black substance that is in Phantoms is the same black substance that is in X-Files. So here's a movie. They take these movies and they make part 1, part 2, and they put them in different movies. It's the same doggone black substance. It's the same black substance they're talking about this whole month on X-Files that they're fighting against.
Yeah.
Now, which in the movie Warlock Armageddon, he bled the black blood. But in the movie Warlock Armageddon, he was trying to get these stones back together. But there was one stone that bind all the other stones back together in the movie. If you go back and get the movie, they said that the chief stone that bound all the other stones back together came from Egypt. And then you go and get the book. When you go and get the book, Greek Myths by Robert Graves, they talk about Lucifer when he fell. They give the actual breakdown of his makeup, and they talk about sapphire, jasper,
Yes.
ruby, and they give all these stones. And as you know, stones represent the chemical breakdown of melanin, and they give you this thing up, and they're telling you that in actuality, that the Lucifer and the whole thing is dealing with melanin. It's in Greek myths also too. But they go in and they give all these stones that they talk about in the movie Armageddon, Warlock Armageddon. He's trying to get all these stones, but they say the one stone that binds them all together, which is the pineal gland, synthesizes all the melanin together. They said the one stone came from Egypt, which means it's the black man. It's in the movie. But he bled the same black blood that's in the X-Files, the same damn black blood that you see that black stuff in the movie Event Horizon, as well as the same black blood or the black substance, hydrocarbon in the movie Phantoms.
Our blood is black until it
That's right.
hits the air.
Until it hits the air. You see, so it's all in the actual movie. Now,
Well, you can see it in your vein. That it's
Yeah, you can see it.
right.
I've seen it.
in the movie, the Phantoms, the same blood. When they take the blood, the black substance, and they put it on the computer, because melanin is a cosmic computer. So they log it into the computer and it starts talking. It says, one of your species has preordained my existence. The species is black people. The black physical people as the species. They preordained his existence because inside of them was his existence.
Inside the melanin.
Inside of black people was this melanin that's talking says, one of your people has preordained my existence, which means we carried his existence up to the day inside of us. It's in the movie. Then he says, only in me, melanin. It's in the movie and in the book. He says, only in me, only in my existence, and only in me can you obtain immortality. Not in God, not in Jesus, but in me, melanin. In the damn movie. It's in the doggone movie. In the movie. You see. Remember now, the black guy stain fills up and he says, study my skin. I'll read it. He says, study my skin, remember? Write the gospel, but do not leave. Then the actual substance says, only in me. One of your species, black people, have preordained my existence. Only in me can you obtain immortality, the melanin. They're telling the motherfuckers right on the movie. Not in God, not in Jesus, but in me, which is the Christ. But they say Christ, but the stuff they talk about, you know, it's playing on words, but they're talking about Jesus in the what-you-call-it, at the what-you-call-it. And they talk about this particular this particular movie. They talk about hydrocarbon. They literally name hydrocarbon in the damn book. And you go and get Carol Boyne's book and find out that one of the parts of melanin is called hydrocarbon.
I think in one of the Greek goddesses or goddesses.
Hydra. Hydra.
Yeah.
So it tells you
Hydra is the water serpent.
Hydra, yes.
In ancient Gnosticism, Jesus Christ, or the Christ, is called the stone of water, and he's called Sophia Hydralis. Sophia Hydralis. Sophia is his mother, which represents the birth of the water. Sophia Hydralis, the stone of water. And they said this stone of water is Christ, which is melanin.
Didn't the Hydra have 7 heads?
7 heads.
7 chakras, right?
7 chakras. The Hydra and Leviathan is one and the same.
Which is Medusa.
Medusa also, yeah. You see. The Carabus in what's called it is a 7-headed hound. Has 7 heads or it has 50 heads.
And the Bible and Revelations talk about the 7 heads, don't they?
Yeah, exactly.
The monster with the 7 heads.
Exactly. Exactly. The Sophia Hydra is the goddess, which is Leviathan, which is a snake, which is also a whale,
yes.
which is also a worm, wormwood.
That's right.
That's in the Bible.
Yes.
So you see the worm of Arrakis in Doom. All this shit is the same thing. You see what I'm saying? This is all this stuff is the same thing. You see. Now I want to get into something right now because something happened. You remember I was telling you on one of my tapes. I said it at the meeting of the metaphysical master. I repeated it again, but mainly it's at my first visit at the meeting of the metaphysical master. And I want to put it on the tape because I want to send the brother some energy. And remember I was telling you about how back in 1988, 11 years ago, I started having a series of dreams, a series of thoughts, and I was thinking I was making them up in my head. And anyway, I talked about how I dreamed I went back to Africa. I went back to Egypt, into ancient Egypt, and the people got me and put me on my shoulder and took me to see the Pharaoh. But when they went to go see the Pharaoh, it was my friend Randy Brown, who was in real life, was a very poor person that I hung out with, and I taught how to steal. You see, because I was, like I said, the son of a teacher and a preacher is the worst kind of children. And my mama and grandma was school teachers, so, you know, I taught him how to steal, and he was very poor. His mama was holy sanctified. But as we grew older, I grew out of it, and he kept stealing and broke in somebody's house when I was in the 11th grade, and he went to jail. You see, and I told you how he went to jail, but when I had the vision and saw the Pharaoh, it was Randy Brown ass saying, in one life, this is the same damn person that's in jail. And he went to jail, and every year I was in college, they this brother was in jail, and I stayed in college so damn long, for almost 8 years. And at the same time, when I got out of school finally, because I used to use college as a 3 hots in a car. I'd get in school just to have lunchroom after a while and stuff. But after I got out, the year I got out is the year that motherfucker got out. After 8 years, he got out of doggone jail. But when he got out, he had regressed. When he was in jail, he didn't talk to nobody or whatever the deal is. And he went in, he was about 17 or 16 when he got out, although he was like 28. And we had to teach him, like Randy, you know, Randy, they don't wear them big ass puff sleeve shirts with the fucking pictures all on them no more. With them big ass butterfly collars. Tried to teach him how to shave. Literally had to teach him how to be an adult and bring him up to 1988 or 89 at the time and stuff. But anyway, to show you about the remote viewing and why we do this stuff here, the white boy studying my goddamn tapes, they hit a point where I said that Randy Brown was the damn Pharaoh in one of my visions. They go and set Randy Brown up last year and sent his ass back to prison. Now remember, this man stayed in prison from a juvenile. He stayed in prison from 17, 8 years for one offense, the juvenile. All because some cops was breaking in stores around town, and they wanted to make an example, so when they caught him, they gave him the shit, and a couple of months later, they caught the cops, but since he was in there and he was another nigga, the 8 years still stood. You see, for breaking in stuff. Anyway, they came and got the brother last year and put him in prison on some bullshit. They set him up, and I know it was the government because they was listening to my tapes, and basically what he did, he was working at this store, this place to kill hogs down in the middle of town and shit. And anyway, he was working. They called him and they said, we want you to clean up the place. So when he was up in there cleaning up, they told him to move the cash register and clean from up under the cash register. So when he moved the cash register and cleaned from up under the cash register and put it back and all, that night they came up in there and broke in the damn place, took the damn money, and when they came the next day, his fingerprints all over the shit. And they sent him back to jail. But the Spirit was also saying that to do the work he was doing, his spirit was almost the same as yours. I was an artist, he was an artist. But I was middle class, like my people, some of the richest people in the town. He was the poorest motherfucker in the town. I mean poor. You see. So it was almost like my opposite as far as he went through the sacrifice so I was able to do this. Yeah. So when the motherfuckers started getting scared and they were studying my tapes, they went and got him. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? They went and got him too. It's very key. So they can't. Other self. He was the other self, but he was the one that go through the hell.
He was manifested as Randy.
As Randy.
It was you.
And I'm Robert.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
He's an artist, I'm an artist. Yes. I met him in the 2nd grade in 1968. And we remained friends all the way, to this day. You see what I'm saying? But he was out, and guess what? He was released from prison in 1987. They got him back, and he went back to prison the same time that he was released in 1997. But he wasn't even on probation. Because he had done all that stuff, 10 years he was out. But my point is, and it also goes to say that on the other hand, when the gods played percentages, our higher selves, they say, well, we're going to sacrifice a whole bunch just to get the people in the gathering, which was these small group of people in the East Coast mainly, and scattered out throughout the United States to come together to get this knowledge. The other ones will go through all the hell. So each one of us got a counterpart that's going through the shit while we supposed to be doing this.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we're supposed to stay immersed in this. I don't care how long it is. We're supposed to stay about the business of getting this kind of shit because the other motherfuckers is somewhere sacrificing. So we ain't got no time sitting around drinking some brews and not doing nothing, just being dead niggas. So just remember, for every damn day that you spend not learning, somebody else is sacrificing. They said we got to sacrifice those particular people so a certain group of people can learn this shit. Learn how to be gods. We're going to send. So for each one of us sitting here tonight, there's about 100,000 niggas that they done fed to the damn slaughter. For each one of us that will be in the damn gathering. But there is at least one opposite part of each one of us is very close to sacrifice in some kind of way. It might not be jail. It might just be some dead shit, or it might be some fucked up shit.
Now you understand how black people felt Jimi Hendrix depressed them. Not depressed like psychologically,
Yeah.
but through this type of novel.
Yeah, you see, it all comes together. But I want to say that whole Randy Brown thing, it also goes to show you as this particular part, this also going on. So let's see. Going right along. I want to put this out because a brother brought this to my attention, and I never really thought about it in the manner on what he's saying, that he's right. Because there's another sacrifice too. Go out, just go and ride around and go to an area where it's probably the most fucked up area in town. Just you can go do the case study and look at the skin color of the ones that's left in that area. I guarantee you the majority of them are real dark skin.
Yes. And but it's a different kind of darkness. It's a sickness going in there. It's a sickness because I was telling my daughter and I were talking, and we were talking about one of our relatives, and I asked her, I said, pay attention to their skin, sissy. There's something in their skin, but that color in their skin is evil.
It's a gray looking thing.
Gray.
But this is the thing. But still, even though that's one aspect, but just look at this here. But I'm just saying this particular part too. See, this society is real subtle. And the brother brought it to my attention. Look at the majority of the people that's in the downtrodden. In my neighborhood, the ones that's, especially if I go on further into the real destitute part, count the amount of light-skinned people walking around. There might be one or two based on 30 or 40 blacks and hardly non-existence. See, they got a caste system going. It's interesting. I'm going to show you.
Yes.
That's going down. Look at the amount of people on all this shit right now. If you look at the amount of people, look at the amount of people in prison as well as everything is fucked up, and look at the base. You're going to have some light-skinned people, but the bulk, look at the people, and it's separated by color.
That's right.
God brought it to the attention. Now, I'm telling you, you go and ride around to a place where they got the most bums. Now, since July in Atlanta, I have counted over 350 black men bumming quarters on the street, bumming. Out of that 350, had two brothers that was light-skinned out of 350 black men.